Hello, my fellow healers. My name is Adina, and I'm that healing girl. And this is a pick a card reading that has to do with the energies of the new moon in Cancer. The new moon in Cancer is going to be happening on July 5th. This is a timeless reading. So as always, take what resonates with you and leave the rest behind, trusting that you're exactly where you need to be right now in this moment. And so we have three piles here. Pile number 1 right here is the lovely pyrite. Pile number 2 is this tiger's eye. And then pile number 3 is the golden lepidolite. The new moon in Cancer is going to bring in some very vulnerable and emotional energies. And I decided to leave the names of the angel cards that were one of the oracle cards that I picked for this. The Angel Oracle card deck, and I'll list the Oracle cards and all the decks in the information, but I decided to leave the names there because they felt like it might be appropriate with whatever comes up with the tarot, but we will see. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, pile number 1. So we have this angel card here, achievement, angel number 2134. And then, of course, we have our tarot cards. And we have our oracle cards. So this one actually came up with 2 messages. And these are from a lovely oracle card reading that I love. Or I should say an oracle card deck that I love. And it's called Soul's Truth. It's by BrianneHovey.com. Or Brianne Hovey, I should say. It's on BrianneHovey.com. And I love this deck. Got it sometime during the pandemic, and it's just honestly really raw. And I feel like that's what Cancer's bringing in. It's bringing in this raw energy. And then we have fulfillment. Wow. I'm getting an energy from this already. But before we go any further, let's put this to the side. And let's pull out our tarot. Okay, I'm just going to put this down here. They'll come back in later. Let's see what cards we have. 5 of Cups. And let's see. We have the Moon reverse. Wow, this Cancer energy, somebody doesn't know who they are at the moment. And this is the Mother of Pentacles, which in this deck is the Queen of Pentacles. And such a beautiful card. Let's turn it up just so we can see what it looks like. Because sometimes when they're in black and white like this, it's hard to know. And then we have the Magician reversed. Oh, somebody, I'm already getting some moods here, does not necessarily believe in their full potential. Whoever's getting this, they're striving for a sense of purpose and fulfillment, but there's a lot of not so positive energies hanging out here to play. Who am I comparing myself to right now? What you are able to see in another is only visible because it is within you, ready to be brought out. Shine light on this feeling of not enough and see the truth. All that you want is within you. Stop today. Stop comparing and start creating. You have this idea and you want to bring it into fruition with this Magician energy here in reverse. You want to bring this idea into fruition. You have all the tools that you need, but you are having a bit of imposter syndrome. So upside down reverse, the Magician card has to do with illusion and sort of like a charlatan energy. the energy of somebody who's not about it, not about what they say they're about. In this case, you are. You just don't believe it yet. And this Magician card turned upside down, you have everything you need. You have all of these in magic. There's 4 different elements that create all there is, right? And then spirit, which is this affinity symbol right here. So you have all of that. You even have the divine blessing and everything that you need, or universe blessing, but you don't believe in yourself. You might be one of those people on social media that's like comparing yourself to everybody else to give this idea, you know, there's I practice yoga all the time, so it's something I see a lot in like some yoga communities that somehow become toxic. Is you'll have this like very like Instagrammable yoga influencer who can do all of these crazy poses and twists and things, and then you have the average person who can still do yoga quite well and quite adequately, but maybe they can't get to that like level where they're bending their body like a pretzel. They are actually still doing valid yoga, and they're actually still healing yourself when you're doing this. And yoga at its essence is about union with oneself, and it's not about, you know, impressing on Instagram. So whatever you're doing here, you have all the tools you need to do it, whatever you want it is to do. I feel like it might be like a business or even a talent. Like maybe you want to sing, or you play an instrument or something like that, and you're comparing yourself to, let's say you're a singer, but you compare yourself to Ariana Grande. But you're not her, you're you, and you have your unique voice. And you have a song to sing, whether that's a real song, whether that's putting a business plan together, whether that is playing an instrument, writing a book, or whatever. You have something to do. And if you're a novelist, you don't have to compare yourself to Stephen King. You're you. And you're valid. And this is kind of a card of saying, you know, cut all the crap, all the BS. Stop comparing and create. Because at the end of the day, that is the only thing that matters. Who are you placing blame on right now? Some of you who are trying to do this thing, they're like, well, you know, if only I had, I don't know, $1 million, or I can't, you know, gain the body of my dreams because I don't have a personal trainer and a dietitian and all these things, when really they just need to maybe go to the library and research some books about fitness, getting in shape, maybe following some influencers on YouTube that are free, and just taking first steps to sort of get into the body shape that they want. This is just an example. It could be anything. It could be, you know, going and taking a class in order to learn a new skill. But you're like, no, I don't have the time. I don't have this and that. So this card is saying, stop comparing yourself. Stop blaming others for not doing what it is that you're put here to do. And it said, a person blames others has not begun their lesson. A person who blames himself has begun their lesson. A person who blames no one has finished their lesson. Mic drop. Take responsibility. On whom are you placing blame? Free yourself by releasing yourself of victimhood, blame, and resistance. And this comparison is also like the energy of victimhood, right? This energy of, well, I'm not good enough, and they're so much better than me, and none of that matters. Are you passionate about what it is that you want to do? Do you love it? Can you imagine your life being the way, you know, being your life without doing whatever that is? It doesn't matter if somebody else doesn't agree with it, or if they think it's silly. If it's important to you, it's important to you. This Queen of Pentacles reverse is the Queen of Pentacles. First off, she's kind of has this bomb.com energy. She is, to be blunt, she's that ish, basically. And this could be any gender. But this person has this very diva-esque energy, and they bring in not only money, but resources of people and places. They're like, they can be like a socialite type, or this person has charisma, and you're wanting to be that, and you have the potential to be that. But again, it's this Magician upside down energy. It's this Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles upside down energy. You do have the tools you need, but you're dealing with imposter syndrome. So it might be that you need to, start a journal with affirmations in it. It might be that you need to just start creating in order to gain confidence. This moon upside down. The moon is a card of feelings and illusions and mystery. And for you, though, I think this means that you feel like you're disillusioned. You're not only disillusioned with because of all of these emotions that are toxic, that are getting in the way of what it is you want to do, but you also feel as if what you want is an illusion, but it's real. What you want is totally achievable, totally doable. You just have to take the steps to do it. And you're with this Five of Cups energy. You have Five of Cups energy essentially is when you have, maybe 3 or 4 cups that are working out well for you, and then 2 that aren't. And you get discouraged by the 2 that aren't. I think with you, this means that, let's say you're a singer or a writer and you have 3 out of the 2 things that you need, but you need to like work on the other 2 things. You don't want to put in the work to do it, or you don't believe that you can achieve. I think it's more the latter, though. You don't believe it's something that you can achieve and do. So let's, for instance, say that you're a singer and you have great breath control, you have great pitch, and you have an amazing tone, but you don't have stage presence, and you don't have, a certain amount of range that you want to gain. So you need to go back to the drawing board and practice until you get those things. And then once you hone that in, you'll be the full package. So there's going to be some work that is needed in order for you to gain this achievement and fulfillment. If you do this and you don't fall to this victimhood sort of mentality, you will gain. You will definitely gain a huge amount of fulfillment and purpose in your life. I'm just going to look at this angel card of 2134. It says, hold up. Let's see if I can get that in there. Take a second right now to appreciate all of your efforts thus far. You pour your entire self into your passions, and it's commendable. Still, sometimes you need a reminder to give yourself a pat on the back. This is a sign that all the work you put in will reap amazing rewards and bring a lovely sense of fulfillment. Just remember to practice gratitude and celebrate your talents along the way. Oh my gosh. This is like confirmation of everything that you're working towards right now. Don't give up, pile number 1. You have the potential to fulfill this dream, whatever it is, or this passion, or this purpose, whatever it is. And it's a beautiful one. Don't let yourself get lost in all of these feelings of, I'm not, like these feelings that, oh, I'm not good enough, and just all of these imposter syndrome feelings. Don't let yourself get lost in that. Let's look up what fulfillment has to say. These cards are just, and I love it when the message is just this succinct and beautiful. Laden peach trees, fulfillment. The peach tree blooms early, and because of this is often the symbol of spring and renewal of life. It is the Chinese symbol of a happy marriage and fertility. And in some traditions, it stands for immortality. Ripe peaches also portend fertility, fecundity, and great fulfillment. In Korean traditions, the peach represents happiness, riches, honors, longevity. In the Renaissance, peaches represented the heart, the love, and speaking the truth from one's heart. This is, whatever this is, you want it with all your heart. And yeah, this is amazing. I think the peach also represents the idea or the skill that you are building, blooming into fulfillment. And look at this moon in the background. I think the Cancer, new moon in Cancer, is going to start a new beginning of this dream. This moon in the background is sort of launching out this dream of yours. And it's going to come into its full fruition and fulfillment, pile number 1. Your reading is so gorgeous. You just need to stop comparing yourself to others that have done it before, and stop putting blame on, or coming up with reasons as to why you're not doing this right now. Because, you know, if it's a book, write it. If it's a song, make it and sing it. If it's an idea for a business, launch it. Fashion design, this could be anything. Create it. This is the energy of do. Yeah. You just have to regain your confidence in yourself. Pile number 1. And beautiful. That's all I have for you today. Keep on doing what you're doing, and you'll be a success. Just keep on doing it. Don't give up. Okay, pile number 2. And already so we have this tiger's eye crystal. This is a raw tiger's eye crystal. Isn't it pretty? And tiger's eye crystal is when you need strength and fortitude and grounding. And with this self-love card, I'm already kind of getting a vibration of what this pile might be like. This butterfly here. And the numbers of 2, which are numbers of partnership, and numbers of 5. Maybe there's something that needs to change. We'll see. And this pile has... do I surround myself with people who lift me up? We were already talking about things that might need to change partnership-wise. Let's see. Healing chaos. Let's see what comes up. I'm going to pull these to the side. Let's see what comes up with your tarot before we get into these oracle meanings. Judgment. King of Pentacles in reverse. I'm getting a strong picture here, too, just like with pile number 1, with pile number 2. I'm getting a strong vibe. And they're all reverse. So some of these, and they're all major arcana. So whatever this change is, it's coming in hot and fast. And it will change your life in a very, irreversible way. So I feel like this might be a relationship, a significant one, that you have some decisions to make. With this justice and judgment, I'm getting that you may or may not be either be treating someone fairly or have been treated fairly yourself. But I think because this is a self-love card, it's probably more likely that somebody hasn't been treating you fairly within a relationship. And with this Chariot and with the Chariot in reverse, the Chariot in upright is you have success. And you are charging ahead because yeah, you're pretty much guaranteed success. With this card in reverse, this relationship is being put up under review. You're not necessarily confident that this relationship will be a successful one, and that the work that you're putting in is going to have your efforts pan out. I feel like you're putting a lot into this relationship, a lot of yourself. and now you're just not sure. And with this Justice card, the Justice card, honestly, if I feel like this relationship is a long-standing one, and if you don't feel like you're being treated fairly, maybe there's been infidelity, maybe because this feels like a romantic relationship. I mean, it could be a friendship, but it really feels like a romantic relationship. Maybe there's been infidelity, or maybe even abuse of some kind. But whatever it is, you've definitely not been treated poorly. And with this Justice card here, which speaks of official judgments and things, you might be considering a divorce from this person if it's a marriage. And, you know, with this new moon in Cancer energy, it's all about fresh starts. And it's all about taking care of your emotions. You can't be vulnerable with this person. Yeah, definitely this is... And with this Justice card, you see like this yin and yang. You're balancing out the scales. And there's also two people in this card. I feel that's you and your partner. And that sword in the middle is what's coming between you, whatever it is. Whether it's an issue, whether it's... I feel like it's that sword, though, is a long-standing history of disagreements and mistreatment, to be honest, that is coming between you. And maybe this person is like bipolar or something, or they're dealing with a deep mental condition that they need help with, and they just can't be what you need. But this light and dark, there's like a shadow side to this situation. There might be some narcissism. They hold themselves into the world, into this light view, and really this shadow side is, you know, we're neither, of course, neither all light or all dark, in my opinion, but they definitely reside more in this darker shadow energy. And you're considering whether or not you want them to be a part of your life. And so a lot of this is getting to be a heavy reading. And I'm so sorry for what you're going through, pile number 2. And that is why this might be a crystal that you want to rely on. But that is why this Tiger's Eye came in to this reading. Tiger's Eye comes in when you need strength and fortitude, when you need to be grounded, and when you need to be protected. So that might be an awesome crystal for you to hold on to. And with this Chariot in reverse, a lot of things are happening right now. You're going through so many emotions. You don't know what decision to make. You feel a little out of control, like you're pulling a chariot and the horses are getting away from you. But that's another reason why you definitely should pull into this grounding energy. The grounding energy also, I think, represents not just a tiger's eye, but maybe help from a therapist or somebody like a lawyer or a divorce counselor or a relationship counselor. You might seek therapy to help, and I feel like you already have done all that though. And maybe, so this is the thing, you could seek therapy with this person if you haven't done it already, but this card feels like you've went through all of the things and now you're at the end of you're at the proverbial end of your rope. Things have spiraled out of control. And you don't know whether or not you want to go through with the separation, but you don't know what else to do at this point. So yeah, you have because you have three major arcana in here. And so what all the decisions that you've made thus far that have led you to this place, they're already have been set into motion. And so right now, because things are so distressing for you, you really have to take care of yourself at this moment. This King of Pentacles in reverse is usually a shady person with masculine energy. So I'm getting this might be, this partner might be male, but they might be any other gender. But usually it's a person that has like this really overbearing, sort of domineering energy, and they can be quite untrustworthy and quite shady. And that's what I'm getting with this, what they show the world and what really is their true nature. They show the world this kind, wonderful person, but you know the truth. You're not all that they're not all that they pretend to be. And with this Judgment card, that's part of it. You've already judged. In some way, you've already judged what you should do in this situation. Like, a part of you does know, but everything feels so out of control right now. You're just a little scared. And that's understandable. And it could also mean that this person is also very judgmental and harsh towards you. Just getting this, I'm getting this vibe. I'm hoping there's not abuse in this situation, like not physical abuse or any other type of abuse in this situation. But I definitely feel that there might be some emotional abuse happening and some controlling behavior with this Judgment card. Like they're very, and look at all those, yeah, there's very like a lot of dualistic energy of, this is you trying to rise above. This is you trying to rise above the darkness and all the dark energy that's coming in. You can do it. You're a strong person. I'm surprised that the Strength card didn't come up in this reading, but I feel like if I pulled one, it probably another card, a card similar to that would come up. You're really just, you're going through it, pal, number 2. And I really, really feel for you. This is a hard situation. And of course, nobody can tell you what choice to make in this situation. But I do feel like with this Justice card and this Judgment card, that this partner has been sort of weighed and measured already. And you might be taking steps. And the people, who do I surround myself with, I feel, are maybe people in your partner's inner circle. Because I feel like maybe this person separated you from like your friends group, so it was very toxic, and now you don't have anybody who you can rely on, and all the people around you are basically this person's friends, and they're sort of on their side, and you feel like you don't have anybody. So it says, the people with whom we surround ourselves determine who we will become. Does your tribe fill you up? Do they inspire you? Do they believe in you? Do they help you step into your greatest potential? Make a desire of the type of people with whom you wish to surround yourself, and clarify if there's anyone in your life who no longer serves you. Can you love them from a distance? Very powerful card. And with this self-love card, with the angel reading card, let's read what it says there. 2255. I'm going to try and find this. Looking for it. Looking for it. Here we go. Things may have been feeling a little out of whack lately. Balance is the key at this point in your life. You will need to put in the work now to set yourself up for success in the future. Take the initiative and make the positive changes in your life. Evaluate whether the focus should be on physical, mental, emotional, spiritual level, and shake things up. And that's speaking to this Chariot emotions here, where you're feeling out of control. That card is saying to take stock of where it is that you need self-care. Nurture yourself. Whether it's giving yourself time away from this person, maybe you need to go over a family member's house and hang out. If you don't have anybody at all, do some solitary things like going to the movie theater and just being by yourself, or going out in nature, going to a park, and just sort of getting away. Because this person they're a crazy maker too. They bring a lot of chaos into your life. So, wow. And Cancer, the new moon in Cancer is asking you to cleanse your emotions and to release this chaos energy. Spiraling tornado energy in our universe spirals. Water spirals in the wake of the fish that swim through the stream. Air spirals in the wake of the bird in flight. The moon spirals around the sun, which spirals around the moon spirals around the earth, which spirals around the sun, which spirals around the galaxy. Even our DNA is a spiral. It is the healing principle of life. It is not an accident that the ancient symbol of healing is the caduceus, two spiraling serpents. It is a sacred spiral. Most people assume that nothing good comes from tornadoes, but every part of nature has value. So this might be, I'm surprised there's no tarot card too. This is definitely a tower energy that's coming in. It says you are being healed on all levels. You are a healer. Alternatively, if your life is calm to the point of being stagnant, this card suggests it's time to create a bit of chaos. I don't think you need to create chaos. The chaos has already been created, and it's time for you to release that and create some calmness in your life. And there might be a tower moment, and whatever is left behind was what was meant for you. When, if you do decide to go through with this, I feel like there's a separation, a breakup, a divorce, and you're going to need someone to count on. So I would say definitely reach out to support and help groups if you feel alone and isolated because you don't have anybody at the moment. Reach out to people who you feel you might have broken ties with, or just fell out of their life because of being in a relationship with this person, being distanced from them. You might be surprised. They might have been waiting for you to call and being like, oh, I was wondering when you were going to come to your senses type of energy. So, yeah, this is a heavy reading, pile number 2. Grab some tiger's eye crystal. Search for therapy and or a support system. And you might need to remove yourself from this toxic situation. But definitely do so with compassion and nurturing yourself the whole way. Pile number 2, stay strong. And that's all I have for you today. Okay, pile number 3. So we have this 1212, which I believe is the numbers of Merkaba. This has to do with, this card has to do with making choices. I see like an eye, which leads me to believe that this is going to be like your intuition is going to come into play with this. Oh, and then, oh, yes, so this pile actually, 3 cards came up from the angel deck. So your guides, angels, spirit guides, gods, goddesses, higher self, whatever you subscribe to, the universe is trying to get a hold of you. And they want you to make some changes so that your life can upgrade, can level up. The choices, leveling up, symbiosis. Maybe you need to partner with somebody. Let's see. What am I most afraid of losing? Love. Wow. I mean, new moon in Cancer, it ain't playing around. It's going to bring in it's going to bring in the energies, and we're just going to be here for the ride. Let's see. Nine of Wands, it looks like. This is in reverse. Five of Pentacles. Ace of Swords. Interesting. And I'm actually going to pull this book out here. Yeah. And the Ace of Swords being in reverse. The Ace of Swords here is about like mental clarity. The beginnings of mental clarity. That's the message of the Ace of Swords here, and it's in reverse. So you're trying to get through like this muddled or murky situation. It's almost like I'm seeing like this murky, cloudy situation. And pile number 3, with this serpent, infinity serpent here, I feel like for you, you're going through like a deep spiritual awakening, kundalini energy, and with this image of the butterfly with infinity, you're going through a transformation. It's almost like coming out of the chrysalis. Yeah, coming out of a chrysalis is definitely the image that I'm getting. And with this Nine of Wands energy, if you're looking towards a spiritual rebirth, pile number 3, you're almost at the end of it. You might have been going through like a spiritual cleansing, or what would you call a crisis moment, or you've done a detox or something, and you feel really bad before you feel better again. That's the energy that I'm getting here, especially with these cards in reverse. And with this Nine of Wands energy in reverse, you're still in the thick of it. Normally, with Nine of Wands, when it's upright, you're at the end, and you're almost at the end. With this, I think you're still inside of the chrysalis, and that can be a very uncomfortable place to be honest. It's not fun, but this new moon in Cancer energy is going to sort of be there to hold you, to comfort you. And I think that with this card of what am I afraid of losing, there's something that you're going to have to give up in order to reach that achievement level. And you know what it is. You love it, but you have to love yourself more. That's the energy I'm getting. You really have to love yourself more. And this Two of Pentacles right here. This energy upside down. You're going to have to make the choice. And this comes in when you might be fearing the choice. You might be fearing the change that comes with this. And for some of you, it could be as easy as maybe you have like an illness or something that is not life-threatening at the moment, but your doctor says your diet needs to change. Or maybe there's these things that you could do, and you need to, stop drinking alcohol because it's, going to, how would you say, it's going to aggravate various conditions that you're going through. Or it could be a soul thing, like, a personal improvement, growth thing. Maybe in order for you to achieve a certain level in your life, you have to stop scrolling on social media, all day long or something like that. Or maybe in order to get better sleep, you have to power down your devices an hour before bed. It's that kind of energy. If this is a spiritual growth situation, maybe you have to lean more and make more time for things like meditation and being still. But the energy that I'm getting is that you doing this might not feel pleasant at the moment, but in the end of the day, it's going to be that it's going to be a version of loving yourself. It's going to be something that will allow you to bloom and blossom and sort of turn this butterfly energy, if I can get the card out, into full fruition. But right now you haven't bloomed yet. You're still in the chrysalis phase. And I'm getting this message of being comfortable with being uncomfortable. When you're in this growth stage, it's not fun when you're in this growth stage or this healing stage. And I'm getting strongly from some of you that this might be, I'm trying to get that, that this might be I'm going to go ahead and, there we go, that this might be an illness. Because 5 of Pentacles in reverse, or upright, can often mean that you're going through a time of like illness or anxiety or financial trouble. With it upside down, that does mean that you're going to be leaving that time behind, but there's still some things that you need to do. Let's see what the angel cards say, because I think that's the message with these choices. With this choices card, we're being asked to make choices that are healthy for us, that maybe don't feel good in the moment. Maybe we have to make these choices because of our health, because we're going through certain health problems, or because we want to level up. And it's impossible to level up without making these hard choices. Let's see what. See, you have been consumed with inner conflict and you need to address it before it causes damage. Self-doubt and insecurities may be holding you back from making major growth moves. Turn your attention to making real positive changes and choices for your mental health. Actively putting your needs first. This is what I'm saying. Upright, overworking leading to energy drain. Call to put yourself first. Resolve inner lingering conflict. Address insecurity and self-doubt. These are the spiritual things that are needing to be addressed within you. And I do a lot of energy work, and I firmly believe that the things that we go through a lot of times have an emotional, spiritual component to them. So if we're going through all these things, like if we're overworking ourselves, if we're draining ourselves, if we're not doing things that are healthy for our bodies and minds, then it's going to reflect in every single area of our life. Whether it be our physical health, whether it be our financial health, our mental health, all of it's like, it's not an island of itself, it's all connected. And with this 1144, let's see, I'm gonna find this leveling up. The best decisions are made from a place of peace and stability. Check on your foundations. How are you keeping yourself grounded and centered? Are there any needs you've been neglecting? Prioritize your inner work. Yeah. So if you're going through a sort of dark night of the soul, or sort of a kundalini rising moment where you're you're kind of like you're in this butterfly chrysalis and you're trying to burst out. You can feel your potential, but you're still mired down by all these unhealthy thoughts, ideas, habits, and things. This is the time period where you clarify and where you start fresh and use that new moon in Cancer energy to do it. These readings today have been quite intense from day one, or from reading one. New moon in Cancer is not playing at all, apparently. Let's see, 21. And these are the Angel Oracle deck. And so this is a reminder from angels that you're not alone. They are reaching out, holding your hand, guiding you through this period of conflict. You need to let go of any conflicts or burdens that are hurting your inner peace. This may be a moment to extend compassion not only to yourself but to others in your life. Your inner light is beautiful and should be shared with others. Upright cooperation and community. Supportive, loving relationships, savoring meaningful connections, symbiotic energy. And for some of you, this might be a dark night of the soul, but I don't think that it is a dark night of the soul particular. It's more that you are just struggling to gain equilibrium and to move away from bad habits, choices, and decisions in your life. And you're trying to become a new person. This leveling up energy, the choices that you make will bring you this level up. And if you partner with spirit, your guides, and also other kind human beings that will help you on this journey, like, look into your local library for resources on how to find things that can help you. Let's say you're trying to, stop smoking, look out for support groups. Let's say you're trying to become more active and increase your longevity. Maybe watch documentaries on blue zones on Netflix and things like that. This is like I'm getting the energy of an overall growth of how you envision your life going forwards. This is not only soul growth, it is soul growth, but it's also visible growth, like transformational growth. Like, you want to be a different person. You want to be kinder, more compassionate. You want to be stronger. You have all of these goals. This is not about like getting money or anything. This is about building yourself into the person that you want to be. And the symbiosis is reaching out for help and how to make that a possibility. And let's read this symbiosis card with this angels and divine beings and or source or spirit or helpful people on this plane of existence in our current reality. We want to reach towards, lean into love, lean into compassion, love yourself, be vulnerable with yourself. Look at this. It says roses are a symbol of love. The rose is associated with Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty. Love is all around you, it says here. Love is coming into your life. You are already more cherished than you could possibly know. Indeed, you are a sacred vessel for love to flow through you when you stand in the center of it all. No matter what is happening around you, you know that you are loved and you are lovable. You know that there's nothing that you need to do to deserve love. You are enough just as you are. Beautiful. And though this transformation period will be hard, remember that you can look out towards this loving help from your guides. And this rose here is representing, this drooping rose is representing the hardships that you've gone through in your life and the leveling up that you're going to need to do to become this butterfly, the choices that you're going to need to make, but you're going to take some perseverance on your part. And that's all I have for you, pile number 3. Good luck on your journey. Good luck on your healing journey. You've got this. This is a journey and not a destination sort of a thing. So it's not like you're winning anything. You're becoming. You're evolving. And that's a beautiful thing. And that's all I have for you, pile number 3. I hope you enjoyed your reading. And I hope you have an amazing new moon in Cancer season. You have a wonderful day.